Today I want to come to you about whenever I said refuse the sobriety field test. And here are the reasons why, because it is not designed for anyone to pass. Here's why. I watched a video where a news reporter actually placed himself into a field test, not drinking, 100% sober, with a police officer, and this is the uniform agreement that all police officers are using across the country.
We were talking about the three tests, just briefly about the three tests that you would give someone in the field.
There are three standardized field sobriety tests, meaning police all around the country use these same three tests. The first one is the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, and what we do is we check your eyes. When a person's been drinking, their gaze or their nystagmus in their eyes is actually increased on that. The alcohol does not cause it, but it does effectively increase the nystagmus in a person's eyes, which is the involuntary jerking of the eyes, and that's something that a person can't control.
Now, you heard him talk about the eye test or the vision test. Well, one of the causes for the eye twitching, while it can be alcohol, there are things such as stress, which anyone that has been stopped by a police officer is under in some form. Fatigue. Most of the time it's done late in the evening, so you're pretty much going to be tired unless you had a nap beforehand. And then you have eye strain, which happens after they shine that bright ass flashlight in your face. Caffeine. So if you're a soda drinker or a coffee drinker, these are things that could cause the eye test to pop. Dry eyes. This is more common for adults over the age of 50. Nutritional issues. Maybe you did not eat throughout the day. Maybe you're one of those people that was on a construction site or something, or you were just at your desk and hadn't eaten yet. This is something that could cause the eye twitch, as well as allergies. Something as simple as seasonal allergies can cause the pop for the eye test. Now, they'll go on and say, hey, that's not common. How common are allergies? How common are people working all day and not eating? How common is somebody drinking coffee or Coke? How common is it for somebody to be tired? How common is it for somebody to have a flashlight flashed in their eyes while they were rolling? Or how common is it for someone to be stressed out because a police officer stopped them?
The second test that we do is the walk and turn, which is what people equate to walk a straight line test.
Okay, great. So today we're going to do the walk and turn test. Is that correct? Okay, so right now I have not had any drinks.
That is correct.
And so I'm completely sober, so hopefully I can do this test and pass it.
All right.
Okay,
Begin?
so yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the first test we're going to do here is the walk and turn. What I need for you to do right now is imagine a straight line right in front of you. Place your left foot on that line. Right foot in front of your left, heel to toe, just like that. I ask that you keep your hands down your side and hold that position till you begin. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. When you begin the test, what I want for you to do is take 9 steps forward, heel to toe, turn around, take 9 steps back, heel to toe. So this is exactly what it's going to look like. I'm going to demonstrate for you. Left foot on the line, right foot in front of your left. You're going to count off your first step as 1, 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9. On your 9th step, what I want for you to do is turn around on your front foot by taking a series of small steps, turn around just like this, and take 9 steps back, heel to toe. 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9. During the test, what I need for you to do is watch your feet, keep your hands down to your side, and count out loud at all times. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. And in this one, you have the straight line test. And this one is amazing to me because it's, as Ron White described, it's an agility test. Even someone's walking this simple in a straight line. Most people can't do it with an actual line there, let alone an imaginary line, and then doing some type of hop or skip. Because even in the video that was just shown, the police officer did not do what he said he wanted someone else to do because it is not designed to be passed. Here's why. There are people that have inner ear issues. You may not know it, but you may have someone that has wax buildup. That would cause an inner ear issue. That would cause you to not be able to walk in a straight line. Someone that has dizzy spells. That can cause you to not walk in a straight line. a person that experiences frequent headaches. Now, again, these are not things that you may be experiencing at the time, but these are things that contribute to you not being able to walk in a straight line. And this is a very common thing throughout Americans. Poor core strength. Now, we don't see my core, but yeah, I probably have a little bit of poor core strength because I'm not working out. Guess what? There are a lot of folks that are not working out. And one of the causes for poor core strength is obesity. Well, we already know the numbers of Americans that are obese at this time. A person who sits at a desk for their job 6 or more hours a day, that causes poor core strength. There are people that have that. There are a lot of people that have that. Poor eyesight. Did you know if you don't have 20/20 vision, you probably not going to be able to walk in a straight line? Well, that is a contributor. Someone who has had a stroke or a heart attack. And most Americans above the age of 35 has had some form of a heart attack, whether it being mild in most cases to more severe. That causes you to not walk in a straight line. Also, people that have PTSD. There are a lot of military veterans that are coming home from these wars and deployments and are not able to walk in a straight line simply because they have PTSD, nerve damage. Did you know if you are a diabetic, you're probably not going to be able to walk in a straight line? If you have multiple sclerosis, you're probably not going to be able to walk in a straight line. But again, this is part of the sobriety test. And notice, just on those two, the amount of people that will not be able to pass those tests. We're talking about 70, 80+% of the people they stop and conduct these tests with, whether they're sober or not, will not be able to pass those tests. And guess what? We have one more test.
And then the third test that we do is the one-legged stand. So, and again, all of these tests are prescribed, and we're looking for different clues in all of these tests.
Mm-hmm.
And last, my favorite, Ron White.
Just tell me what you want me to do. He goes, I want you to stand on one foot, raise the other foot. No bullshit, fuck that. I'm not doing that either. I'm not, and I'll tell you why. That's not a sobriety test. That's an agility test, and I'm not very goddamn agile, all right?
Standing on one leg. Again, what if you have a core misalignment? And if you actually have someone that goes through physical therapy and they go see a masseuse, that is the one thing everybody always, well, let me realign you. Because the majority of Americans are misaligned. What if I also told you, just like diabetes was one of the things that could actually cause you not to walk on, what if I told you poor circulation was something that would cause you to not be able to walk in a straight line? See, simple things that they don't tell you, or most people don't bring to anyone's attention, these are the things that they're using against you. Because again, until there's damage to person, damage to property, or they're witnessing a felony, there is no crime. And there is no complaining witness. And if there is no witness, Denzel.
You got one problem though, Jake. You got no witnesses. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Any probable cause arrest is based on the totality of all of the circumstances. And in cases of driving while intoxicated, field sobriety tests are just a small piece of that. You have the driving case, someone maybe that's following too close or crossing the center line. And then you have the initial contact where they may have a fixed gaze or bloodshot eyes, they smell like intoxicants, or their speech is slurred. And then you have the field sobriety test, which again is just a small part of that. Afterwards, after the arrest, you have the evidentiary tests and maybe video evidence that we would submit to the prosecutor.
Make them show their witnesses. Make them show that you are violating. And even he spoke about the lane straddling. Maybe he's swerving on lanes. Well, check this out. Now you have the know of why you refuse to field sobriety tests. If any of those fit you at the time that you are going through that test, which guess what? One of them will, because it's stress. You do not take that test. You do the denial. And guess what? They still have 20 minutes. Let them take their 20. Because at the end of the day, you don't hold court in the street. You make sure they're doing their job properly in the courtroom. And that's what this is for. So keep that in mind. Stay vigilant. Let's fight back. Let's get those rights that we need to be exercising at all times. And let's keep what God gave us. Until next time.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.